One of the things that's evolved is that we had something called a Fellows Program that started in the fall of 2010.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a group of students who had come together with an interest in leadership. And when I was working with them, what we came to find was that it started to become too abstract and too conceptual to talk about leadership in general. That what we needed to do was to deal with leadership more in context.
Okay, so at this time it was, when you're talking about the Fellows Program, there was just more of a sense of students volunteering or perhaps being conscripted or invited, and then it was just let's think about leadership in general.
Right.
Okay.
It was a group of about a dozen students who had expressed interest and interviewed to become one of these fellows. And so
Okay.
we started working with them and found that it was difficult for them to grasp a lot of what we were talking about fully because they didn't have any context within which to consider it or to apply it.
Mm-hmm.
And so we tried to create an interest among those students that would be common so that they would work together on some sort of a project. But what we found was they were coming at it from such different places and with different interests that it didn't quite establish the kind of training ground that we had hoped for it. And so we've retooled, and it's evolved now into a collection of what we'll call tracks. So we've started with the first track for the fellows, which is called Leadership in Film. And it's a group of about 10 students who get together every couple of weeks having reviewed a film, and we talk about the characters in the film and how they how effective they were as leaders, what their attributes and qualities were as leaders, and that sort of thing. And so we started with Harry Potter, and then we did Lord of the Rings, Shawshank Redemption, and let's see, I'm drawing a blank on the third one, the fourth one. But
so, and do they have specific assignments? I mean, like you're supposed to follow this character?
Yes, we identified a couple of characters, and they actually had a screening guide that they had to follow while they watched, and it was a 2-page guide, and so they were all looking at the same kinds of issues and attributes and that sort of thing.